Thank you for joining us for the Gear Nation podcast. My name is John, and today we have Dave Ankin, the toy maker.
Can you get in the frame there? God, really? You gotta sit and drink your water?
And his son Brayden with Team GearHeadz.
He's a celebrity now.
Make sure to check him out and listen in. We got an exciting show for you. Guys, thank you so much. It is an honor to have you here. I've had the privilege of viewing the shop and seeing some of the builds that you do, and of course the TV show. So let's dig right in. I just saw that you posted that you bought your first car. So you got an Alfa Romeo Giulia, correct?
Yes, sir.
So how do you like it so far?
It's really nice. I really like the body lines on it, and the spec that we got is a one-of-one spec, red interior with a volcanic black paint on the outside.
Nice.
And then he went through and completely carbon fibered the inside right now. So the last couple of weeks, he's been spending time carbon fiber, changing all the pieces to carbon fiber. And matter of fact, I think one of my employees was going to put wash me on it when he wasn't around, and he didn't find that funny. So, but no, he's taking it real serious. I'm proud of him. I thought he was going to go get a pickup or something else, but I raised him to be his own man, and he's doing a great job. He actually, he put the money together for the down payment, and I'm really proud of him.
Yeah. And that platform, that engine's a good choice. I know it got rated like best in its class, that 2.0 turbo. It's got a lot of torque to it, and it's easy to, Dad, close your ears. It's good. It's easy to tune. So, you can get some power out of it if you really want to. And of course, it's an Italian car, so it looks good.
Well, I tell you, you say close your ears. Realistically, he built his very, very first car, which was the 350 drift car that he's been playing with. And he's gotten really good at sliding a car around and playing way beyond his years. So I'm comfortable with him in this car. It's, and the one thing we do try to teach at the shop is there's a time and a place to play.
Yep.
He better not be playing in that Alfa is all. He better not be. So Romeo's designed to go pick up girls or something, go on dates.
Exactly. I envy some other countries sometimes because I think it was, I can't remember. Of course, it's somewhere in Europe, but they, all their driver tests at 16, they're required to do like evasive maneuvers. They learn at 16 how to control a skid, how to, if you lose control of the car in the rain or something like that, how to maneuver out of it. And some of the best, I want to say it was Holland or something like that. Some of the best rally car drivers in the world come out of there as well. So I think it's a great point. Teach them young, get them behind the wheel, respect the vehicle, respect when to do it and when not to do it. So that's awesome. It's fun.
It's something, it's a lifesaver. I mean, honestly, if nobody ever forget driving fast, forget sliding through corners. In a panic situation, if something happens on a highway or something jumps out in front of you or something breaks or something goes wrong, having that ability to understand what a car's going to do is important. And it brings us all the way down to your company in itself. We had talked about taking an LS motor and putting it in his 350, and it's sitting here. It's like but you got to really understand the fundamentals of no horsepower so you can truly use horsepower when it's time to use horsepower.
Yeah. So what is the plan with that build? So that you got the 6.2 LS engine there. What do you guys really want to do with it?
Honestly, what we're really going to do with that one. And I know he went out and on social media, and I wasn't at the shop, and he's going to take it and put it in his 350. It ain't going in his 350, people. I'm sorry. No, we're going to build a life-size four-wheeler with an LS. It's going to be pro-charged. But I want to, and you're basically going to sit on a motor and transmission. I want to drive four wheels is all it's going to be. And it's going to be sexy. If you can imagine, the four-wheelers of today are nasty and bad anyway, but you do a really nice LS and pro-charge it and, throw a set of nice big 20-inch tires on the back and maybe some 12-inch tires up front. Before long, you have an animal of a machine that's fun to drive. So And it's great because I can take that same platform and I can show off my transmission, I can show off my suspension, I can show off the motor, show off the Pro Charger, show off the fuel system, brakes. So we do so many of events, and to be honest, it'll be really fun to drive. So that's really what the plans are for that motor. And I know he thinks one day when I'm gone, it's going to end up in his 350, but you got to pick his skill level up first.
Yeah. So I hear he's picked up, he's pretty, from what you're telling me too, from one of the guys that have seen his work, he's a pretty good welder from what I hear too.
I'm proud of him. You know, we that's all we do in the shop is tear things apart, weld things together. He's out of nowhere. You know, this COVID virus has really hurt a lot of companies and made us where we can't go out. He was out of school, so he was doing, you know, homeschooling. So he went to my office, he'd do school half the day and get finished up and come down into the shop. But this is the first time he's actually took an interest. He started welding and he hasn't stopped. I mean, he's cages and he put containment seats, and he's just, it's what he grabbed. So much so that Miller Welding actually came here to visit with him and talk with him. And they didn't care about talking to me. They wanted to talk to him. So I'm proud of him. He's done a great job, and his TIG welding is just absolutely, it's silly. He's doing a great job. And all the guys at the shop, you take somebody like Jason, that's Jason's wheelhouse. And they're like two peas in a pod. I mean, they, you know, you can't replace Jason, you know, but Brayden, well, Brayden he don't care what Jason's abilities are, whatever. They're like two little kids and they just pound on each other and throw stuff at each other. I got to calm them down all the time, but it's amazing to watch them work in the shop. They've come a long way.
Yeah. So about the shop too, and next season now, and you mentioned the whole COVID thing. So what's been going on, and what's the plans, and what's new with you guys?
You know, listen, I think the country as a whole is changing. Maybe even the world is changing as a whole. You know, we're still pretty much on lockdown. I mean, our governor came on a couple of weeks ago and said another 5 weeks. So we're halfway through filming our season 4. We're ready to start filming our second show that's a digital series, and just can't do it. So, you know, for me, it's been a learning curve trying to figure out how do we keep building or stall what we're doing and still make it work. You know, I have an event coming up at your place in October. There was a time I said, I can't tell you if I can come or not. You know, now it's like, I don't care. We're going to go. We're figured out with the COVID, you know, with this virus, we've learned workarounds, and it stinks, but there's pluses. Now we get we get unlimited time. The staff is unlimited time. I really more feel worse, not for our filming, it's for the vendors I deal with. You know, for you guys, it doesn't matter if it's my nitrous company with Nitrous Outlet or Mickey Thompson or KW, it doesn't matter who I deal with. They're all struggling. You know, they're having problems with staffing. They're having a problem getting parts, having a problem getting parts out, parts delivered. That's important. So for me, it's been a learning curve of how are we going to grow into the next 5 or 10 years of our company, and growing with the companies that are running through the same problems we are.
So on the street digger that you were talking about, that's the one you had at SEMA. The blue, it looks like basically, again, you know, a Hot Wheels drag car. But tell us a little bit about what really is into there, and I mean, because there's so much more than just the way it looks. I mean, it looks phenomenal.
You brought up something earlier. It was basically, you know, Daniels, his name was Daniels, built a car called the Tarantula. It was green. It was a little over the top because it was a model, and it sits on my desk. I've known this toy my whole life. And one day I said, I'm going to build that toy for the street. So that's what we did. We took a version of that and made a front engine dragster, if you will. It's basically after a 60s style digger. That's what they called them back then. A front engine dragster was a digger. And we built a street version of a digger, and 2 seats. You sit the rear end, you actually sit on the rear end. So everything is in front of the rear tire. So it's it got a whole bunch of power, you know, 2,700 horsepower. It's real light. It does wheel stains. I mean, it's a bad mamma jamma.
So how on that power, how are you getting that power? What's the base engine? And I know obviously you can't miss the twin turbos on top of it.
Yeah, but I work with Brett Nesbitt. He built some beautiful Nesbitt Performance. It's a 540. It's got Brodex head. It's got a Bryant crank, all Corilla interior. Got 2 mirror image precision turbos on it. It's got a Holley Dominator fuel injection system, run through a monster transmission with a Thor converter. Let me tell you, we took a 2-speed Power Glide, for instance, which is old school. Most people don't use 400 internals. Got rid of a gear, used 400 internals, and listen, it's an animal. It's hard to explain. Got a manual valve body, got a trans brake, got all. Plus, I went with Davis, so it's got a profiler in the car. It's got a VPS in the car. That's basically, in layman terms or race car terms, or for the street guys, it's traction control, it's wheelie control. I don't run any wheelie bars on the car. So you got to trust the electronics to catch the car. The car's a different level of bad. I mean, you can ramp in power. It's something else Brayden has been working hand in hand with Jason. Jason is a god for getting you down a racetrack and getting you down there fast. He knows about cars. He knows about building cars. He knows about tuning cars. And he's been very proficient at it for years. So to watch the two of them work, dialing in my car, sitting there with a computer and making, the shift points where we need them to be, the boost control, the timing curve, the drive shaft curve, everything they're doing to make you can't drive this car with your right foot. I've tried. It isn't one of them things you just turn the horsepower on and let it eat. You need a good game plan to put your foot on the floor, and it's fun car to drive.
Now you have the capability with that car too to tune it down for the so what is it from 27 horsepower 100 horsepower?
Yeah,
what is that?
Realistically, because it's a turbo car, so you can throw more or less boost at it to make the car faster or slower. So like if I turn the boost controller off, run down the springs, so now you're 1,300 horse with no boost, and I can go put a passenger in the car, put it up on the 2-step and let it eat, and most people have never felt a 5.0 run on an 8th-mile course. 5.0 run is pretty serious as a passenger,
Yeah.
That car was designed to drive to the track, run a 450 and drive it home. That's real fast. People just don't understand. You start doing, 1-teen 60-foot times or 1.0 60-foot times, it'll set you back in a seat. It's a little different than an OEM car. Most people talk with an OEM car 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds. We're doing 0 to 170 in 3.6 seconds. I mean, it's a different level. So
That's crazy.
People
I don't think they really understand. I mean, the cars, as amazing as they look and unique as they look, these majority of what you build are 200-mile-an-hour cars.
Yeah, unfortunately, because I'm such a weirdo, if you're going to build it that crazy looking, it has to sound and be fast. If you build something that crazy and it goes out there and gets beat by your typical Mustang, Camaro, Corvette, I don't care what it is, it isn't nearly as impressive. So if you're going to make it look like it's a 200-mile-an-hour car, it better be a 200-mile-an-hour car.
So, Dave, for upcoming projects and season, I know you have a few drift cars I saw at the shop. So what's the plan? And I saw one with your name on it, Brayden. So what's the details on those?
Well, before he kicks off here, what I did is every year, we try to do something with toys. This year, Jason wants to get involved. Ashley wanted to get involved. David Young, Brayden wanted to get involved. So we bought the same exact platform. We bought 350Zs. Okay. I bought one. Brayden's got one. Jason's got one. Ashley got a G35, which is the exact same platform. Okay. Yeah. Just G35. And everybody started building them. The whole episode is based around you going to Z-Max and playing on their drag strip. The other side of the track, they got a drift course set up. And then for the guys that want to be lazy and go sit in a car show. We're going to have fun. So Brayden really spent some time with Jason. Him and Jason, I'm telling you, I can't get anything done if them two get to CAC one. So tell them about your 350. Tell them some stuff you done to it. But they've really spent some time this year, and I'm proud of all of them. Ashley's doing her car. It's going to be really sick. But tell them about everything you've done to your car so far.
Well, it started as a 2005 stock 350Z. What we did was we spent about 2 days and cleared out the whole interior. We took out the seats, the back, the everything. We left the dash. We put an NRG quick release and Momo wheel. We put in a custom roll cage. And then we put in some Kirky containment seats with some RJS 5-point harnesses. Put in a DeBerti handle for the drift brake.
Which, listen, DeBerti, do you know who DeBerti is? DeBerti is twin turbos on, a competing network, no less. But found out that Brayden's building a drift car and called Brayden up, want to be a part of his deal. So, I mean, he did a great job on this car.
Yeah, I saw him doing the welding on the roll cage too, right?
Yeah.
You did all that? That's awesome.
Now, what we can't do is I can't finish the car. So the car's 3/4 done. We got a wide body kit for it. We got stickers for it. I can't finish it till we start filming. So the car's 3/4 done. He can go play on it, beat on it, but he can't finish it till we start filming again. So it's been a lot of fun. But that whole series is really going to be fun because to see what you can do with one platform a bunch of different ways. Jay went a whole nother way. He actually cut his whole body off, just threw the body away. Doors, front end, rear end, cut it off and threw it away. I went another way. I got to be a pretty boy. I made the thing real pretty and clean and pristine. Ashley's going Ashley's way. So everybody's got their own style, and it's nice to see what they did, and it's fun to watch.
Well, we'll have to see what it comes down to when you actually get on the drift pad. Brayden will have to show them all up.
You know what? I normally am not worried, but because I will pummel him into a wall, but no, it's going to be a lot of fun. And it's amazing how fast a kid learns. Where us adults know the consequences, he doesn't. So he doesn't fear any of it. He's going to be a handful out there.
So on the digital series, that's the Fast Society.
Yeah.
And what can people? Where can they go to find out about that now? If they want
they're being real hush hush. I'm not. They're letting me talk because it's all this virus stuff.
Yeah.
All lawyers and all that stuff got involved. So it's going to be in all the. I know all the short forms will be on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. All my vendors, you guys will have it. Everybody will have the short form. The big companies are still screaming and yelling. So, but it'll be in all the digital platforms. And that's really what's important to me, that you can go to any one of the 60 vendors that I deal with and download something off that digital series. And we're going to take care of everybody. So what's cool for me is I'm being able to bring all my friends in from different worlds of racing and really see talent in fast cars. I mean, there's no CG here. If a car flips over backwards on that show, it flipped over backwards. If it blew the top of the motor off, it blew the top of the motor off. So we're not playing any games. This is real serious cars that go real serious, and everybody in it is a talented man. So it's going to be a fun series. And
Toymakerz, since you've gone over to History Channel, how many countries is it?
60 countries. We're in 60 countries right now. It's utterly amazing. And matter of fact, I can tell when I keep little blips come to me, and it'll be in Portuguese, or it'll be in it's like, what, Spanish? What am I listening to? And me talking in Portuguese, I didn't realize I spoke Portuguese so well. So, but no, it's fun to watch. And I can tell when we're airing in different countries because my inbox blows up with stuff that even when you hit translate, you can't understand. So it's a lot of fun. Besides Toymakerz, besides Fast Society, obviously they can follow you, Toymakerz, on any of the social media. Yeah, any of the Rio David Ankin. Brayden's got his own thing now with Team GearHeadz on Instagram. Watch his build. Thank you for joining us at Gear Nation Podcast. It was a pleasure having Dave Ankin and Brayden, his son, on today. Exciting, awesome things that they're doing. We're excited about seeing what they're going to be doing in the future. So check us out in the future for whatever content they're going to come up with next. Who knows?
Thank you.